Hiya. Today I'm going to do like a gold and turquoise kind of makeup, and Anna, you'd asked me recently for some colours that are going to look great with blue eyes. These colours all work for everyone, but in particular I think they'll be lovely on blue. Now before I do that, I'm just going to put some CC cream all over. I'm at the tail end of an original and an illuminating, so I'm going to try, see, we've just caught the end of that silver one. I'm going to see if that's enough coverage, and if not, I'm going to top it with a little bit of the illuminating, and I'm using the PC19 brush. I feel a bit giggly because I think I mentioned in another video, but if I haven't mentioned it to you before, a cat has moved in here. Gorgeous cat. He must live in like one of the nearby houses. And he only moved in probably like a month ago, and he comes every single day. He's so loud. He's always like crying, coming to the window. He knows where I sit. And I'm really in a bit of a rush this morning. And naturally, the minute I've started to go and make this, he came up to the window. So now I really am in a rush. This morning, what I'm doing is, I've got a couple of sessions today actually. There's a lovely brand that I'm going to tell you about in loads of detail another time. They're called Melior, but while I'm just getting ready, I might as well fill you in. They're basically a fantastic social enterprise, and they make cleaning products, like household cleaning products, and they're all very sustainably made, biodegradable, you know, every checkpoint that you would want. But the business model is that all of the team members are those that are maybe overlooked in other workplaces, blind, disabled, disadvantaged, and it's a really great team to kind of create opportunities for people that are really skilled and talented but get overlooked for reasons like that. So essentially, this brand is launching next week, and when it launches, I'm going to do like a live chat with the founder so you can hear about it from her. She's lovely. Her name is Diane. But today we're just going to do a few Zooms and things to get the word out there to journalists, bloggers, various people. So I'm going to be very gold and turquoise for those Zooms. What can I say? Now I'm just going to put a little bit of brow pencil through the brows. I want to forward this video by saying that yesterday Laura Capon did a video of all of her nostalgic MAC favourites. You know, the early days of her getting into makeup, the earliest YouTubers she used to watch, things like that. It was such a great video. If you're on this page and you're not already following Laura, like, I cannot tell you, she has such a wealth of knowledge. She's my favourite person to watch. And just, you're getting all these tips, but you feel like you're just having a chat. And honestly, I cannot recommend her enough. This video, basically, I came downstairs and I was like, I want to use all of those things that she's used. So today's products is like an amalgamation of everything she's used in her last few videos. So, Laura, I'm sorry. Please take it as a bit of flattery. I've completely ripped you off. So that eyebrow feels a bit more full than I would have liked, but I've got a cat crying at me. I've got Zooms to get to. I'm going to have to get over it. Okay, I'm going to seal my complexion into place with a little bit of Bye Bye Pores setting powder, just in the centre of the face for now. And then the palette I'm going to use is the Urban Decay Wild West palette. Now, it's really funny, actually, sometimes. I'm going to show you this palette. Lots of people received it this week. And it's really interesting how we all come up with different colour configurations. So the colours are these kinds of golds, teals, browns. My gut instinct was gold on the lid, turquoise underneath, which is what I'm going to do. But like Hannah did it, and hers was the blue on the lid. Laura's was the turquoise on the lid. I'm going to go in with this soft brown. I saw, the cover is nice as well, by the way. It is a lovely palette. I saw Pauline Briscoe had done like the matte teal all over the lid. So it's just interesting, isn't it, how everyone has their colour combinations that they would gravitate towards. So my little gravitation is, this is the shade Nudie, and I'm taking it through the socket just to create a nice, soft little template for where the rest of my colours are going to go in. And I can't emphasise enough, what I really would love to happen with these videos is, you know, I'm really lucky with my job, I get to try new things a lot. And so in the case of this, for example, if you've been looking at this palette and wondering what it's like, it's obviously nice to be able to show how it works and blends and all the rest of it. But if you're not interested in this particular palette and you just want to learn some tips, just substitute all of these colours and shapes and techniques with whatever you have at home. I never want you to think, oh, I can't do that because I haven't got that exact thing. That's never what I'm trying to say at all. Okay, I'm going in with a gold Hold'em, it's called. Now, Laura, again, I feel like this Instagram page is essentially a fan account for Laura, and I'm okay with that if you are. Laura was saying that these colours really reminded her of that period of time, like, I think it's probably 10, 15 years ago, when, you know, everyone had like a gypsy skirt on, all this kind of brown, gold, turquoise situation was everywhere. This is more of a glitter, and had I known, I would have maybe used some glitter drops to make it a bit more pigmented, but I quite like that it's just a little soft touch. I'm going to keep this makeup fairly simple on the top because I'm going to really play up the turquoise. So this is the Nile eyeliner from Peaches. Peaches actually did a full Wild West collection a few years ago with really similar colours. So I'm going to do a mix and match of the Peaches and the Urban Decay Wild West collections because they really suit one another. So turquoise has gone on. I'm going to top that up with some turquoise shadow all the way across the underneath of the eye. And you see the kind of warmth of that turquoise and the golden colour together is perfect, Anna, for just really bringing out that blue. There we go. I think it's really nice as well if you have a colour in mind that you want to work into your makeup, that you don't have to put it absolutely all over. You can have these more kind of subtle moments. I'm going to take some of the liner just along the top there to draw that together. You can have more of these little subtle moments and keep the rest quite neutral. Right, I'm not finished with that blue, so stay with me on this one. Okay, I know that looks a bit crazy. I'm going to pull it together. The next thing I'm going to do is take a little bit of, wrong one. This is Peaches pigment in Rattlesnake, and it's this gold that kind of reflects to green. So I'm going to press that over the lids and on top of that gold, just to give it more of a three-dimensional glitter finish. Oh, need to check the mirror for this one. See, that has really pulled it together, hasn't it? There we go. Nice little pop of something different. And then to pull all of this together so that it feels really still quite, what's the word I'm looking for, everyday, I'm going to go back in with a black liner. This is the Doll Beauty Liquid, and some mascara, so that we've essentially got a traditional framing with those little pops of colour elsewhere. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? He's out there. I think you'll probably hear that. There we go. And then even that, it still looks quite fragmented. Then when I add the mascara, that will really pull everything together. This is the new Doll mascara. And I can't remember if I've shown you this, but the handle on it is really long. So it's really great, really quick. And it's a very soft, fluttery mascara. So it's lovely. If you're wearing bright colours, you get the mascara to kind of add the length and make the lashes look darker. However, it's not so thick that you won't see the colours through it. So really lovely if you're skipping the liner or you've got an eyeshadow on that you want to really pop. But as I said before, you've got the comfort and security of knowing that those traditional staples like your mascara and your liner are pulling everything together. I don't know if you can hear that, but honestly, this is what I hear. Heaven forbid I have a QVC calling and he's not crying at the window. And I wouldn't mind. But like, if you don't have a full hour show at QVC, you've probably got like a 10-minute slot in someone else's show. And that 10-minute slot is when he will come crying to the window. They're so funny, aren't they? I think he's talking to my cat. Okay, time is ticking on all of a sudden. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of Bye Bye Pores bronzer from my It Cosmetics beauty book and just take that through the hairline, a little bit through the cheeks. I'm creating more of an all over wash than an actual traditional contour. Warm everything else up. I feel like as well, when you warm everything else up, it makes you feel like the colours are less kind of intense. And then as per Laura's video, what I am also going to do is go back to some of my favourite matte combinations. And I went through all my liners. I feel like an unsung hero is Subculture from MAC. I mean, it sits in that kind of spice, you know, Whirl, Soar family. But Subculture, Boldly Bare was also another fave. I might just revisit some of these in lots of videos, but Subculture is going on. And then I actually love the Subculture on its own with a bit of gloss. It was actually a tinted lip balm. I'm going to go in with Kinda Sexy. And I'm going to put a touch of that, slightest little bit on my cheeks. And there we go. Okay, I'm going to get ready for my Zooms. I'm going to tell you more about Melior when it's all launched. You're going to love it. And let me know, as always, in the comments if there's something you want to see. And go and follow Laura, and I'll talk to you soon.